Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Tessie's World. Am I crooked, guys? Am I crooked? I'm sorry. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. That's all I can do right now. You seen the title, you know what this is going to be about, and it's heavy, guys. It's really heavy. Like, it's really heavy. It's heavy to have to continue to deal with this. It's heavy to get so agitated and enraged that nothing comes from it. It's heavy. It's really heavy. So right now, to start it off with a little bit of peace, I'm just gonna ask for some guidance and say a few kind words to the universe right now. So universe, I come to you right now with a open heart, an open mind. I ask for you to place your arms around us and keep us protected. Guide us. Give us the strength right now. Help us have peace in our soul right now. I also ask that you touch the mind of those who seem to not understand. I also ask that you help us to understand in a different way. I ask that you give us the strength to be able to continue this fight. I also ask that you give us some type of mental break, some type of emotional break to help us continue to fight and get through this. There's a lot more that I could ask the universe for right now, but I can't think of it, so I wanted to keep it, as you guys know, I like to keep it as authentic as I can. So after saying that, excuse me guys, after saying that, I would like to say, I'm not sure if I'm tilted. I'm sorry guys. I think I'm probably good, but I feel tilted. After saying that, I want to say rest in peace to George Floyd. I also want to ask for peace, love, support, and guidance for his family through this time, and all those, because here's the thing, every time we add a new hashtag and a new name onto the list, it brings up all of the others that never got their justice. And I think that that's honestly what is so frustrating about it, is that it is continuous. It has not stopped, and it's not going to stop. And I hate to say that. I really hate to say that, but the saying is, it has to get worse before it gets better. The fact that this cop did it so mindlessly, knowing that he could do it, shows you exactly where we are. So to all of our brothers and sisters that have fallen due to police brutality, those that we know about and those that we don't know about, we're gonna keep fighting for you. We're gonna let you know how much we love you. And you know what? We appreciate you, your name, your life, your story. We appreciate all, because we learned and we're able to gain strength from that. As they say, allow my ancestors. I got the strength of my ancestors. And I feel like those that have fallen have given us strength to keep on fighting too, because a lot of them that have fallen were very intelligent people. We had Sandra Bland, who knew all about it. You know, if you type in some of her stuff here on YouTube, you'll realize how powerful sis really was, you know, how enlightened sis really was, you know what I mean? Even Fidel knew his laws, and that's why he moved the way he moved. And even knowing his laws, you know, it didn't work for him. So I would just like to say that you are not forgotten. You will never be forgotten. Not in my eyes, and I'm sure not in a lot of other people's eyes. So I do want to definitely say we are still fighting the fight for you guys. You give us strength to keep going, because every time that it happens and we add a new name, we still remember your name. We still remember your name. So, yeah. I have my little book here, guys. This is my little, YouTube book. It says New Day, New Mindsets, New Focus, New Intentions, and New Results. I got this from TJ Maxx. I think I got it from TJ Maxx. I think it was like $5 or something like that. I'm not sure. That's what I think it was, $5. So this is where I write down all my thoughts and things like that to make sure that I make sense when I'm sitting here. Also to make sure that I don't forget anything, because that's the worst feeling to me, is when I'm done recording and I'm like, oh, I forgot to say that, because sometimes I don't go and record again. Does that make any sense? So yeah, so that's what I have written down here to make sure. One of the things I really wanted to say was to educate yourself, guys. Educate yourself on your laws. Educate yourself on your rights. You know what I'm saying? Your laws are your rights. Because we understand that we have them. And I would like to say, be prepared for the backlash when you know your laws. Because it's not like a white person. When they know their laws, sometimes they don't even know their laws. And they get to say and do as they please. But for us, once we know our laws, it's like, oh, how dare you? You know? How dare you? How dare you tell me or say to me what I know is right because you're black, so you don't have any rights. Right? That's what that is. I guess the saying would be whites have rights and blacks don't, right? Right. That's exactly where we are right now. So educate yourself, but also be prepared with what comes with you having that education. Another thing I would like to say, guys, is fight with your pockets. Fight with your pockets. I'm going to say about the looting. Everybody's so mad about the looting and the rioting, but we know that every time something happens, there's a riot. You know, there's looting. So I don't really care about that. I don't care about that. I feel like fight with your pockets. If COVID has really taught us anything, it's taught us that America cares about the green dollar more than they care about anything else. Anything else. So if it is that you need to fight with your pockets to make a stance and say something, do it. I heard that in my city, they tore up 34th Street, they tore up 5th Avenue, you know what I mean? Like, they hit all these places, and I applaud them. They tore up Soho, I applaud them. I know some people could say that's wrong, but those are the stores down there that they don't even care about us. They don't, when you follow the trace of money, you realize where these people and these owners and these CEOs place their money, and they don't place it in Black Lives Matter. So I really don't care if you go tear it up or not. The only thing I would say is maybe don't tear up your own neighborhood, because I've heard it, and I want to reiterate this and say this again. Most of the time, the people in your own neighborhoods just got up the money and the capital to be able to build. And if you tear them up, they won't be able to rebuild. But for a person that is a multi-millionaire, who gives a damn? Tear that shit the fuck up. Tear it up. Because they don't care about us anyway. We are not even quote-unquote allowed or wanted on 5th Avenue. If you live in NYC, you kind of know that. Like, if you walk in Louis Vuitton or Dolce & Gabbana or Gucci or any of them stores that's on 5th Avenue, the first thing they do is look at you like, what you doing in here? You can't afford it, so tear it up. Tear it up. So I don't really care about the looting, but I will say fight with your pockets. With extending that fight with your pockets, we have to stop buying their shit, guys. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard. It's super hard, because almost everything that we purchase probably is from a white person. Our black and brown people, or black people, let me keep it like that, don't really have the capital to create as many businesses as they want to, or franchise as much as they want to, so I understand that. But COVID definitely taught us that when America realized that they was going to have to shut down for 2 or 3 months due to this virus, they were frantic. Because what's America without the working people? If you can't go out and you can't go to work and you can't do what you got to do to put that money and funnel it back into America and, you know, help it turn, they ain't got nothing, y'all. They ain't got nothing. So fight with your pockets. Also, I want to say fight smartly. When you guys are out there protesting, protect yourself for one. Be smart about how you want to protest, you know. I understand the rage and the anger. Just like I want to say, I've been needing to make this video for almost a week, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. Within the first 2 days, 3 days, I was emotionally and mentally exhausted. I really was. I was exhausted. I knew that if I got on here, I was just gonna be ranting and raving and yelling and crying, and maybe I should have done that, but I wanted to make sure that when I spoke, my words were clear, you know. But I definitely understand the rage, so I'm not saying I don't. But I'm saying that we need to use that rage in a positive manner. Can I say it like that? I seen something, I think it's James Baldwin, that said, oh, I'm gonna include it here, that basically said to be in reality or see reality means that you'll always be in a state of rage. And I can definitely, man, yes, because I feel like some days I'm just enraged from just going out and seeing the everyday, and I'm kind of like, that's so dumb. So yeah, make sure that you're fighting smart right now, with a positive solution to come behind it, because guys, we've been fighting this over and over and over And sadly, it's going to happen again. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, look at all the footage of how the police are still choosing to deal with us as peaceful protests. They're still treating us brutal. So if you don't believe it's going to happen again, then I don't really know what to tell you. It somehow just continues to repeat itself. We know why it repeats itself. I also wanted to say real quick, you know how much money they make by building prisons and filling it up with black people? Billions of dollars. Billions. And that's why that'll be a business that never stops. Never. Because they make so much money doing it. I once seen an article that was like, do you build prisons or schools? And they were building schools. They were building more prisons than they were building schools. And that was a few years ago. I think the average prisoner is worth $300 or $400 a day. Don't quote me. I'll try to look it up and put it in. But that's a lot of money. And when you realize that they have prisons so full that they're filled to capacity. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah. Fight smartly, guys, because we know if they can use anything, they'll definitely use this as well to lock more of us up. All right. Then I also wanted to say, YouTube notebook, I told you guys that, so I want to stay on topic, so that's why I keep looking down, so just bear with me real quick. These are my notes to make sure that I say everything. I wanted to say that us as black people are influencers by nature. Like, there's something that's in us that we're just influencers, like we're leaders, you know, like that's just who we are. We have that strength, we have that resilience, we have that bite and that fight that we just like, that's just who we are. I mean, come on, man, look at the culture that we have and how they want to bite on it and be on it so much, you know, our clothes, our hair, our nails, our cooking, our dancing. Like every time that we do something, we create something, they want to be right on top of it because it's a powerful feeling to be black. It's a loving feeling to be black. So of course they want some of that splat. Yeah, splat. Of course they want that. And that's another reason why they upset, because no matter what they try to do to us, they can't break us. They can't. They had us as slaves. They didn't want us to read or write because they knew that if we were educated in any realm or any form, that we would be able to come up, bind together, and, you know, break those chains. So they didn't want us to do that. But then when you realize that it was slaves who did know how to read and write and comprehend, that was actually reading letters to masters, because the masters or slave owners didn't even know how to read and write. So now your slave is reading to you because you're ignorant. Now your slave is reading to you because you're ignorant. How does that work? Exactly. So no matter what they do to us, they can't break us. We have this resilience in us that's just like, nah, we unbreakable. You could beat us, you could do what you want, but you can't break us. And that's why they upset, because we always bounce back. And not only do we bounce back, man, we level up when we bounce back. You understand what I'm saying? We don't just come back where they had us. We come back more educated. We come back more resilient. We come back stronger. We come back more powerful. Like, we just come back big time. And they're kind of like, what the F? Like, what the F? You know, they can't do that. We see how white people act when they get into a pickle about something. They're so flustered. They turn red like a damn bright ass tomato. They don't know how to compose themselves and deal with themselves. But that's what America has created in them. So that's what they do. So yeah, we are just influencers in natures. I wanted to say that I'm not sure who the first person to go viral ever was. I wasn't. I will have to look that up and educate myself. But what I am trying to say that there is a lot that we take viral. For instance, just real quick, that damn Popeye's chicken. Look how much money, guys, we made. We made for a fucking Popeye's chicken sandwich. You know how much money we made for Popeye's during that time? We made that viral. We turned that up. They didn't. And most of the time, that's how it happens. Most of the time, whatever we touch turns into gold, because that's just who we are. Like, that's just in us. That's our DNA, to be like, oh yeah, oh, we touched that, all right, bam, look at that. So I definitely wanted to say that. Hold on, guys, I'm thirsty. Sorry. I did say about the looting. I really don't care that you tear up they shit, but just don't try to tear up our stuff so much, because like I said, we probably won't be able to rebuild, and now you are in your community and you don't have anything. So go down the road where you know that they at and tear their stuff up. They're gonna come back. Sorry guys, I just want to say this. I did say that we are tired. I know we are exhausted, and I know we are angry, because I am too. I know we are. And I know that a lot of us are confused. A lot of us are overwhelmed, and we feel hopeless right now. Like, there are a lot of words to be able to describe where our emotions and mental is right now. Trust me, I feel it too, guys. I feel it too. Like, I'm really like, this is some BS. Like, this is really BS. And I also wanted to say, make sure that you outsmart them. You know, like I said earlier, they are using this to also brand us. They already think they know who we are, what we're about, and everything else. So be careful when you're out there protesting, because I do know that they would use this to continue to say, which they already are. They already have that narrative where they're like, look at them, they're destroying everything, they're doing it. But I'm so happy for the people that are catching the footage, that it's not black people that are starting the looting. It is not black people that are starting the fires. You get what I mean? We know who it is that's doing it. So I'm grateful for those images. But we know that that's what they do. All they do every time is they put a checklist out, and then they go and they say, yep, black people did that, check, you know, and they add it. Or black people did that, yeah, I knew they was going to do that. And that's just, we have to not do that. We have to outsmart them. We have to level up. We have to be better than what they think we are. I will, if I say anything and ask anything of my black community, I ask that. Stop giving them exactly what they think we are. You know what I mean? Like, don't be that. You get what I'm saying? We are a lot smarter than we ourselves give credit for. You get what I mean? Like, we're educated as hell, but so much other things impact our life, but that we don't get to show our intelligence. And I completely understand that. I do. Because when you have all this on your back, when you have this on your shoulders, sometimes showing how intelligent you are is the last thing that you can think about, because you got so many other things that you're trying to overcome. I do get that. But I also understand that it's important for us to show how intelligent we really are, so that we can try to help change that narrative for our kids, our grandkids, and those to come. Because for so long, we've been paint with this brush of being ignorant. You know, I was watching someone's live the other day, and she was like, yeah, because, you know, the thing is that they think if you black, you ignorant. And that's a fact. That's a big fact. That's what they think. They think, oh, they stupid. They don't know no better. Oh, real quick with that, I'm going to lead into, you know, I'm kind of skeptical about this kneeling with them right now, because I feel like this kneeling is a Band-Aid. I really do. I feel like the Band-Aid is basically like, okay, I'm going to kneel with you so you could stop tearing up stuff. But today or tomorrow, I don't know that if my partner does something wrong, I'm going to speak up. You get what I mean? So I'm kind of skeptical. I don't think that the kneeling is real, because I feel like way before kneeling, you had opportunity to do something different and you chose not to. So why are you kneeling with me now? Okay. So yeah, we definitely have to do that. I wanted to also say, like I said, that we are stronger than we think. Every time we touch something, it goes viral. You know, it makes a big wave, and you know, it does a lot for a lot of people to follow behind. Like, we are very influential. I said that already, but I'm serious about that. We are really influential about that. I mean, we are really influential. I'm sorry. We have a tendency to have an energy that's so powerful, that it's so golden, that once we touch something, it goes viral. That's a fact. That's a big fact. I also wanted to say that this is also overwhelming, because we've grown up in this, you know. We've seen our grandparents tell us the stories. We heard our parents telling us the stories, and yada, yada, yada. And look at us now. Look at us now, still fighting in this, still struggling with this injustice. You get what I mean? Like, we're still dealing with it. A lot of us don't know anything other than this. Sad to say, you know, like millennials. That's what we know. We know that the cops are going to treat us unfairly. We know that the cops are going to do whatever they can to change the narrative to have us look like the bad seed. You get what I mean? Like, we know that. So when you grow up in that, imagine what that is inside of your DNA, inside of your spirit, and inside of your soul. It's fucking heavy. It's heavy as hell. You're kind of like, what the hell? Like, you're so hopeless that when you have an encounter with a police, that you're on edge. You know, they already walk up to the scene with anger and being agitated and just being nasty to us. So now you have this anxiety. You get what I mean? That white people will never have to deal with when they have to deal with cops, because they already know that the cop better not touch them. Regardless of what they do, the cop better not touch them. So I wanted to read this real quick that I had, and I had it written down. It says, generations have literally grown up with this as their norm. We are millennials. We have created a space and a walk of life that some thought were impossible or too afraid to do. We literally made entrepreneurship a real thing. Like, no, we really did. Like, think about your parents, you know, depending when they were born. They would never leave a 9-to-5 definite check to go pursue their dream when they don't know if that dream is 100% going to give them money. But look at us now. We're like, okay, I might not, you know, make all the money that I really want to make when I first start, but my money is going to come. You know, we're not afraid to take that leap of faith, where a lot of us are grown up in a house where our parents were living paycheck to paycheck, and they couldn't fathom not having that paycheck. That was their life. No matter what they do, they can't break us the way that they want to. That's where their anger stems from. We were kept in chains and not allowed to read or write. That didn't stop us. We even read the shit to the slave owners because they were ignorant. I said that already. Every time something comes out, it is us that creates it. Who do you see always trying to be a part of that shit? Okay, then. Keep the pressure on their neck. Don't let up. And sadly, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And I really am sad to say that, guys, but it's really the truth. Like, it is really the truth that it's going to get worse before it gets better. Real quick story time. So I've had 2 encounters with the police living in NYC. I'm grateful that none of them ended in anything of them putting their hands on me or anything like that. I'm super grateful. But I know the reason why they did not end like that is because of the partners that were in the group or the pair. You get what I'm saying? So one time I was going to work and babe was dropping me off in his parking lot. Now granted, we weren't supposed to be parked in the parking lot, but we really weren't. He was dropping me off to work. It's not like we were parked there for hours on hours. We were literally parked there for like 10-15 minutes so that I could eat some lunch and then go to work. In that time, babe had on some sweatpants, right? And he was picking some like fur balls or fuzz or whatever you want to say off his sweatpants. But what it looked like, I'm sure, to the cops was that he was rolling because his head was down like this. They couldn't see anything else, but that was their assumption. Just to give you an atmosphere and where we were parked in the projects parking lot. So there you go. So of course they thought that that's what he was doing. We couldn't be doing anything else. He could not be picking lint off his pants. He had to be doing something that was illegal, right? Because that's what they think. So I told him, because I seen them, I was sitting here, he was sitting out, and I told him, I said, they're about to come, babe, so I'm just letting you know. He was like, all right, you know, he didn't stop doing it because he wasn't doing that wrong. He also didn't fidget or nothing like that, because that definitely would have made them think that they were right. So they came up. There was a Hispanic one on this window and a black one on my window. The Hispanic one comes up and he's like, yeah, you know, we seen you here and there is no placard or no, you supposed to get like a little placard or something that says that you could park here. And I was like, oh, I know, we're not parking here like that. I'm just going to work or whatever. So that's why we're here. He was like, oh, all right. And I was like, do you want to see my ID? The Hispanic cop was like, no, I believe you. I could see that you in your scrubs, you in your uniform, whatever, like, it's all right. And I was like, okay, here you go, him, the black cop. Oh, well, what time you got to go to work? What time is it? And I was like, 2:00. So he's like, whoa, what time is it? So the Hispanic cop was like, oh, it's 1:45. Here he go. What time is it? What time is it? Because he wants it to be something more. He's already nasty and angry. He don't know me and my husband from a can of fucking paint at all. But in his mind, he just feels like there's no way that he could have been wrong about the situation. You understand what I'm saying? So the Hispanic cop is still like, it's 1:45. You know, it's 1:45. He's the one that's just like, it's not that big of a deal. So now that's not enough for him. So he's like, well, what's the building number? So I don't know the building number off the top of my head. So I'm like, oh, it's 1425. Ain't no 1425 around here. And I'm like, really? So now I'm going through my bag, looking through my book or whatever for the address. And I'm like, oh, it's 14 whatever. Oh, okay, that's right there. That's what I said. But you see what I'm saying? Had he not had a partner that was decent and sensible, that could have went totally left. Totally left. And it had nothing to do with the way me and my husband was acting. It was all him. But he won't see it that way. Second encounter was one day I was at the office building of my job, and babe texted me. He was outside. He drove me there again. He always drives me everywhere. He was outside and he was like, oh, the cops just pulled me over. So I ran outside because as a black woman, we are very protective. I'm a Scorpio, so I'm super overprotective of that. But I feel like black women are really protective over those that they love. Black men think it's them, but it's not. It's black women. We are really that shield. You know what I mean? Like, we really take a lot more lashes and bullets than a black man, and I hate to say this, in some ways ever could. You know, it's always us that's just like, nah, this shit ain't going down. You know what I mean? So, but I'm not saying that that's not to say that black men are not targets, because they are. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, we are really protected. So he's like, yeah, they just pulled me over. So I run outside. I'm like, what's going on? So he was like, yeah, they said that my insurance is bad and yada yada yada. And I was like, that's not true that your insurance is bad, because I know you keep your insurance up to date. So another situation of partners, right, a pair, because that's normally how they come, in one squad car. So one was white and one was of some Asian descent. So the Asian one is the one speaking to babe, and you know, he's showing him like, oh, this is what came up when we ran, or the tag popped up or whatever. And babe's like, oh, well, here's my proof that I am up to date. And he's like, all right, well, you know what, it's DMV that don't have their shit up to date, which is a big problem, because in that moment that could have turned totally different, because DMV didn't do their shit properly. But of course, it's the citizen that has to deal with it. So the cop is real nice. He's like bending down, crouching down, talking to babe, just telling him yada yada yada, bye, whatever. And here go his partner like, oh, let's fucking go. So the partner's like, nah, like, I want to sit here and make sure he knows everything he has to do. He circled the number to say, no, you're gonna go here, you're gonna do this, and yada yada yada. And the partner's like, well, we gotta fucking go, we gotta go. And I'm kind of like, you see what I mean? Again, it's always that one bad apple, but that's what I'm trying to say. This kneeling, I don't buy it, because in that situation, if you're not going to tell your partner that they wrong for the way that they're encountering it with us, especially when we're not doing nothing, then don't kneel with me right now, because you kneeling with me right now to put a little Band-Aid and an AD ointment over my cut so that it could be soothed. I don't want that. My wound has been bust open and salt has been poured in and alcohol has been poured in. It has been burning for years. So don't kneel with me right now, because you ain't really doing nothing. On top of that, I want to say with my first encounter when I was in a parking lot, I actually got out the car and went and spoke to the Hispanic cop and was like, you know what? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming and talking to me and my husband like we were human. Thank you so much for dealing with us like we actually, you know, had brain cells. I said, I don't know about your partner, but he could have took that way left. I said, but I appreciate they were DTs. I said, I appreciate you actually keeping the situation subtle and actually talking to us like that. And he was like, yeah, you welcome. And I'm just like, you see what I mean? Like, this is what I'm trying to say. So we know all about this. I'm grateful that my encounters didn't end up in any other way, but they could have. With a hair, they could have, because of the other two partners that wanted to act like that. So it's like, I 100% understand why we're angry, why we're enraged, and why we feel like we feel. I'm tired of it too. I'm exhausted. I am overwhelmed. I sometimes feel hopeless. I don't know where to turn, what to do. I don't. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. I also seen people that were like judging people on what they were doing and how they were moving. Don't judge nobody. Everybody right now is doing what they think they doing best. You know, I seen this thing where this guy was like, everybody's not supposed to be on the front line. If your passion and what you good at is cooking, then go cook. Go cook and help your black folks. If your passion is doing this, go do that. You get what I mean? Because everybody is not a warrior. Everybody is not. So yeah, don't let anyone judge you on what it is that you're doing. We're all warriors, but we're all different soldiers. As long as you are in the fight to be productive and push the black community forward. That's all that matters. Don't let someone tell you, oh, you choose to cook, so because you're not out here protesting with us, we are not the same. You guys are exactly the same, but remember, there are always different pieces of the puzzle that is needed to be put together. You don't have one piece of a puzzle. There are multiple pieces. So whatever is on your heart, whatever is your passion, whatever is in your soul that you can do to the best of your ability is what you do to push your black people forward. Because police brutality and police injustice is, well, systematic injustice is only one part of what we struggle with as being black people. We all know that we have the worst disease. I've already said that before. So if maybe cooking or holistic ventures or holistic concoctions or something is something that you put together and that's what you're great at, why the hell do we need you protesting? We don't. We need you to cook up what's in that kitchen so that you can get us off of these pharmaceutical drugs that make us sicker, because that's a whole nother like topic and everything that they really feed off of as well. You know what I mean? Like, Americans are literally the sickest people on this planet. There are so many other countries on this planet that wouldn't even fathom giving a pill for what an American doctor would give a pill for. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's all they do. They just write them scripts, and they get money for that. There's literally doctors right now that are feeding new pills to people to test out on them as guinea pigs and as rats to see if they work. And that's how, when you see the commercial and it be like side effects may be this and this and this, it's because they fed it to people, and that's what people came back and told them. It's not a guarantee that those pills made you feel better, but then you develop a dependency on that pill, and now you wake up every morning like, oh my God, I got high blood pressure, I need to pop this pill. How do you really know that pill is helping you? But yet you could go out and you could get something from the earth that was like grown and planted in the earth that could really help you become healthier and help you gain control of your high blood pressure. That is a natural substance. So yeah, don't let people judge you. We're all soldiers. As long as we're all trying to have the same common goal, we're all fighting the same thing. Don't let people judge you and make you feel guilty about what it is that you're willing to do or that you're capable of doing. Because some of these people aren't capable of being the face and the leader of these protests as well, but they want to be a part of it because they want to be seen in it. You get what I'm saying? So do whatever you got to do that's on your heart. Whatever you can go to bed at nighttime and sleep with, that's what you do. Don't do anything that is going to make you not be the character that you are, because then it's not going to be authentic. And authenticity is really what we need right now. Passion is really what we need right now. Like, rawness is really what we need right now. We don't need a whole bunch of people hollering and screaming and doing everything in the street, because at the end of the day, if you're not willing to go down for that, or if that's not your stance where your feet is planted in it, it really doesn't matter anyway. So my advice to you, my opinion, is do whatever you feel right doing. Do whatever makes your heart pump. Do whatever makes your blood flow. Do whatever puts your heart at ease. Do whatever makes your soul happy. That's what you do in this right now, soldier. You do that. You do what makes you feel good. You do what you know that you're best at. All right, guys? So don't let these people bully you, because that's what it really is. Every time that someone does something, they want everybody else to follow them and be in pursuit behind them, because it makes them feel like they're doing something by making other people make a decision. But if that decision is not one that you're comfortable making, don't make it, because yeah, it's just not really it. So yeah, we're all soldiers, we're all warriors. We just fight different fights, but collectively as a whole, hopefully we can like break all these barriers and help us as a black community. My biggest emotional break was when Austin from Louisiana, I think I'm saying his name right, I'm so sorry, I think it's Austin Sterling. I was living upstate New York at that, where we know that the percentage of white definitely goes up. Listen, living in the city, it's white, it is. But living upstate, it's white, okay? Like, that's where they really all are. So, when I seen that, my heart crushed, broke, and was shattered. I literally, in that moment, had the biggest emotional break that I could ever have in life. I cried for days. I was, in that moment, contemplating, do I ever want to have kids in this type of... why would I want to bring kids into this, you know? I'm going to have black kids. I'm gonna have a black son or a black daughter. You know, they're gonna be my complexion. So with that being said, why would I want to bring them into this when I know what can lie ahead for them? I was distraught, guys. I was distraught. So for those of you right now who is having that emotional break, listen, I've been there. Oh, I've been there. I know it makes me right now like eyes get water. I've been there. I know what it feels like. Like, I know how heavy it is. I know how upsetting it is. I know how overwhelming it is. I know how hopeless you feel. I know how angry you are, how agitated and frustrated, and just you want to break something. Like, oh my God, guys, I really, really know. Man, I know. I've seen a lot of people say that too. I've seen a lot of people say that they're just emotionally exhausted and they don't know what to do right now. I've seen that. I've seen people on social media saying that they were 8 and 12 years old when Trayvon happened, and they just knew that it was going to be different. And when it came back that it wasn't different, they were distraught. You know, and it's those things that they don't understand, that they think it's us creating a problem when it's not. But you show this to kids that have to grow up to be adults, and then you want us to somehow forget what it is that we've seen, somehow forget what it is that we feel, to be able to now protect you and, you know, appreciate you. How? I'm 8 years old. At that moment, I don't know what it is to not like a cop. I don't know what it is to hate the judicial system. I don't know what any of that is. But I do know that throughout dealing with the situations that came about during that time, you helped me create what narrative and how I want to move. You get what I'm saying? Like, you helped me say, like, no, I don't trust you. I'll never respect you. You helped me create that. I didn't create that all by myself. So that trauma that we constantly have to go through, that trauma that we live in, like, we live in this. You know what I mean? Like, I've been seeing a lot of posts that said, if you're so tired of hearing about racism, imagine what we feel like dealing with it every day. Fuck you for being tired. You're tired of hearing about it because either you're a part of it or you're a part of not helping. Either way, you're a part of it. So who gives a damn if you're tired of it? I don't give a damn. Don't you think we tired? Don't you think we tired? So who cares about how you feel? You know what I mean? Like, this is not about you having a feeling. This is not about any of those things. This is about us saying that we're sick and tired of it. We are sick and tired of it. I don't know, guys. Like, I really don't know. Like, I just feel like I don't know. I'm so sorry right now. Like, I really don't know. Well, I'm getting hot. I'm about to take off this jacket. It was raining. That's why I was super hyped to do this video, because I love rain. And I feel like rain is a cleansing for us emotionally and spiritually and socially. I feel like rain is that. So I was super hyped to do this because I needed the rain to cleanse me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I needed the rain to cleanse me. So I always love rain and whatever. Whew, I feel so much better. Sorry, guys. It was getting hot. So I really don't know. I think that I've said everything. I looked at my book. I don't know what else I really want to say. I think I touched on everything I wanted to talk about. The looting, the kneeling, the fact that this is going to get worse before it gets better, the feeling of hopelessness, my own encounters with police in NYC, which I just want to say this real quick. So when I first realized that we were going to start protesting in NYC, right, I told my husband, I said, well, babe, watch out, because you know what's going to happen, right? Like, our cops just love to fight. That's what they love to do. They just love to fight. They come to situations on 100, you know what I mean, like 0 to 100 real quick. So I told him, I said, watch out, because this is going to be used to just give them an extra little boost right now to want to fight and do, you know, whatever they think they want to do. And long and behold, literally that's what happened. You got cops pushing people, you got cops running over people, you got cops taking out their guns and waving it at people. That's NYC for you. That's NYC. Like, I feel like our police force is probably one of the worst police force in the country. And the saddest thing is that every other state wants to model, because from their standpoint of law enforcement, they think, oh, NYC got it on lock. So they want to they want that image. You get what I'm saying? Of what it's like to be respected. But what they don't understand from other states is we don't respect NYPD. We don't like them at all. So if you want, I'm hot, guys. If you want that type of smoke, okay. If you want that smoke, I don't know. It's just like, I'm sorry, guys. It's just like, I'm just like, yeah. I really don't know what else to say. I guess I should end because I'm really like speechless right now. I really don't know what else to say. I really don't like, I got hot out of nowhere. That sun came right back out. I don't know what to say. Like, I just feel like enough is enough. But enough is not going to be enough until we show them it's enough. And that's what I'm saying. Don't let up. Keep that pressure on their neck. Don't let this kneeling shit, what you call it, them giving you hugs. Because they do that shit all the time. Let me tell you something. Would you want a hug from somebody that punched you in your face? No. So why would you take a hug from them? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. That Band-Aid, that A&D ointment in this moment. If you really cared about our injustice, then you would be doing something for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't have to deploy the cops like y'all do in areas. You know, everybody right now is showing the pictures of how when they show white people doing something in one area, it just looks like night and day. When they see black people, then you see the tear gas and the bullets and the what else? The rubber bullets and, you know, all that shit. And why? If you claim that we the one that bring it, then why you there like that? Because we don't got that. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all coming to these protests all armed up like y'all dead ass in World War III. We don't be having shit. We don't have guns on us. We don't have nothing like that to fight y'all. So y'all literally bring guns to like a fist fight. Okay. That makes sense. Alright, guys, so what I want to say to us right now, because I'm going to end, I can't think of nothing else to say. If I have another video, I'll make it. What I want to say right now is do what you need to do right now that can give you a mental break, that can give you some peace, that can help you calm your emotions down right now, you know what I mean? Because I know it's heavy, I know it's a lot. If you need to turn your phone off and watch the movies, do that. If you need to work out, do that. If you need to have some drinks, do that. If you need to smoke a spliff, do that. Whatever it is that you need to do in this moment right now to ease yourself, I would say do it. Because right now, no one can't help you ease if they don't understand where you at. And even talking to some of your other black friends, they may not be on the same wavelength that you are, or understand or feel the same way that you do. So whatever it is that you need to do to feel better, just do it. Because right now, only thing that's going to help you is actually having peace within yourself. That's the only thing that's going to help you. Like, yeah, that's the only thing that's going to help you is having peace. So do whatever it is that you need to do. Just because you don't have it in your face 24/7 does not mean it's out of mind. That's not what we're saying. We're not saying out of sight, out of mind. That's not what we're saying. We're saying out of sight for this moment, because I'm getting so flustered and frustrated that I'm not giving myself nothing but a headache. You know what I mean? Oh, one last thing I wanted to say was, create some groups, y'all. Y'all got Facebook, y'all got Instagram, y'all got all that. Create some groups. And if you don't feel like you can create one, then be a part of one. You have passion, you have strength, you have dedication, you have all of this. So do what you have to do to make your voice heard on a big level. And if you feel like that, if you feel like you don't want to be a group, then just get on your social media platform and speak how you feel. No one can do anything to you to speaking how you feel. So I wanted to say that as well. Right now what I want to do is end with 5 deep breaths, so that if anything was said in this that made it super heavy, which I'm sure it was because it was heavy for me, we can end with a little bit of peace so that we could feel maybe a little better. So right now we're just going to take 5 deep breaths. So here we go. Inhale. Exhale a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale a little louder. Inhale. Exhale. Give it some voice, y'all. Last one. All right, whenever you're feeling too tense, too overwhelmed, to anything, do those breaths, guys. Do those breaths. In that few moments, spreading that oxygen throughout your body, you know what I mean? Focusing on your breathing will definitely calm you down. So I think that's it that I want to say to guys. You know, today, guys, I'm sorry. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can be alerted whenever I do post something. I'm going to work on definitely getting out more content. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I got to do better, and I will. You know, that's something that I have to get focused on. You know what I always say? It's beautiful. The nice days are coming right now. You can still social distance with your mask on and go out and take a walk to clear your brain. Feel that sun. Sun feels good on our skin. You know what I'm saying? So do that. What else? Sun feels good on our skin, so do that. Fresh air feels good. If you have to, go sit down somewhere. Maybe have a picnic by yourself or something like that. You know what I always say? Get a bag, get a budget, save some money, and go on a trip wherever you want to go when COVID is over. You know, have a little list, even if it's within your own country. You know, drive somewhere, do something. Doesn't necessarily have to be somewhere crazy, but just somewhere to give you a little peace of mind or something, maybe next to some water or something like that, so that you can feel good. If you have to, get a bottle and take a sip. Y'all know that's my thing. That's what I love to do. I get a bottle and I take a sip. The last thing that I want to say is realize that you are in control of your own happiness. Do not ever let anyone be in control of that. Your happiness is yours to have, to hold, and to create. You understand what I'm saying? So if you can't do that, then you can't ask anyone else to do it for you. Stop placing your happiness in the hands of other people, because they cannot give you the happiness that you can give yourself. And that's that on that. And you keep giving them that, and you'll see why you're never happy. So create your happiness, guys. Sorry, it's yours. You what you call it? Like you deserve it. You know what I mean? Like, you deserve your happiness. So get to it. The last thing that I want to say is I love you guys. Stay protected. Stay safe. Stay guided. Stay warm. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let this turn you evil, because that's another thing that they may want as well. Stay who you are. Fight to be a better version of yourself. You know what I mean? But all of that. Right. I think that's it. So yeah, guys. All right. I love you guys, and take care of yourself. Bye.